Hello and welcome to Pichaya channel. In this video, I will show you my way of solving the level 5 of this case. I have created another 2 videos for level 1 to 4. Please check them out in the same playlist here. So let's start. For this level, the question is, how many moves does it take for the mouse to land on a target cell given a starting cell? So there are 30 questions from 71 to 100, and the move logic is the mouse can follow the right wall. What does it mean? Let's see my summarization here. Okay, this is the decision of moving direction, and when the instruction said that the mouse can follow the right wall, it means that the mouse will decide to move in the clockwise direction at first. But if it cannot move in the next clockwise direction, it will move all the way back to counterclockwise directions. So let's see the first example. For example, at D1. When the mouse is at D1, that means the mouse has moved from cell C1 to the right. So the previous move is R. So the next direction that the mouse will consider to move is the next sequence in the clockwise direction from after R, so it is the D. For the case of D1, D is movable, so the mouse will move down and continue to the next loop. In the example 2, the example number 2 here, let's consider at the cell A2. When the mouse is at the cell A2, that means the mouse has moved from cell A3 up in the upper direction. So when the mouse is at the cell A2 and we're gonna move next, the next sequence from U in the clockwise direction is R. However, in this case, from the cell A2, the right direction of A2 is blocked by the wall, cannot move. So the mouse will check reversely from R to U, L, and D. So U is also not movable, L is not movable. So left the last one is the D. That's it. Remember this. The mouse will move forward one step, then reverse the order. The mouse will move forward one step in clockwise direction. If it cannot move, it will move in the reverse order, which is the counterclockwise direction. Let's move to the model part. In this sheet is the model, and in the column R to Y, this is the same model I used for level 2 to 4. So for anyone who haven't watched the video of level 4, you can create this table with the 100 rows, and to get the cell here and calculate the row number, column number, and next direction of each cell. The formula in the cell V10 is showing up here, and from the V10 you can copy all to the right and copy down. That's it. So let's have a look at column AB to AH. This is another model to calculate the moving sequence for level 5, and I've planned to solve all the 30 questions using the data table. So the first step is I will create the input cell for the game number, which is cell A2 here, and I will get the starting cell value and the targeting cell value to the cells AC3 and AC4. So in order to get these values, I will use the XLOOKUP formula. XLOOKUP game number, which is AC2, log the row and comma lookup array in the case sheet, column B, row 181 to B212, F4, comma the starting cell in column G, G181 to G212, F4, close. For the targeting cell, I will just copy the same formula but change the column of return array from G to I. Okay. The table down here is to calculate the direction to move and the destination cell, and also the sequence of the next move direction, the sequence of the next move decision. Okay, so the first row will be the move number 0, or the starting cell. And actually I don't know exactly how many moves would need for the whole 30 questions, so I just think that 100 should be enough because the table is 100 cells, right? So here I will use the sequence function with the 100 row to generate the 100 row. Okay, let's start at the move number 0. What should be the cell here? Yes, it will be the C1. I mean the starting cell value in the cell AC3. And the sequence of the next move decision here, you can put any starting direction within the clockwise direction. For example, for me, I want to start at R, so I need to put the array of characters like R, D, L, U. However, if you want to start at L, the array of characters that you need to put there have to be L, U, R, D. So for me, I will put in the array of characters R, comma D, comma L, and U, like this. So at the move 1, what direction the mouse will go? I will use the let function, so I can create some intermediate calculation and store them in the name. The first one would be I call it next move decision. The next move decision will be the column AE to AH of the previous row. So don't lock it. It will be the previous row. And we need to check the cell value, whether those cells are blocked or not blocked. So the next cell, I will use index V10 to Y109, F4. The row number have to match with the previous cell, which is the column AD of the previous row. I will use X match AD9, don't lock the row, comma, the lookup array will be column S, S10 to S109, lock it, F4. The column number have to be in the sequence of like the next move decision here, matching with the column head at the row 8 in column V to Y. So I will use X match. Next move decision, the lookup array is V8 to Y8, F4. Let's have a look what the next cells look like. It will look like this, but this column AC, I want to show the direction, so we need to find the direction from this cell value, and in case of another move, I mean in the first move, there will be only one cell that can be moved. So we need to filter out the cells that are 0. And in other move, it may be possible to return more than one cell, so don't forget to take only the first cell. You can use either like filter or take the first column or the choose column 1. So in order to get the direction, I will use the filter. The next move decision, which is the direction here, filter it that the next cell is not equal to 0, and also to take only the first column, so comma, skip the row, enter the 1 for the first column. And to calculate what is, if C1 moves to the right, what is the next cell? I will just use this index function and modify a bit. So I copy this formula to the AD column, the AD10. But I need to change the column here. The row will be same, but the column will be matched with the value in the AC column of the same row, like this. Next one, we will calculate the sequence of the next move decision. I will use let function. Firstly, we need the sequence of the next move decision. I will name it RDLU, and the value would be this value, the sequence of the next move decision at the row 0, which is AE9 to AE9 to AH9, and F4. We need to freeze the row at the first row for every formula. And next step, I will calculate the next sequence. However, before I would know the next sequence, I need to know the previous sequence as well. For example, the previous direction is R. I need to know that R is not is which number from 1 to 4. So the previous sequence is X match. The previous direction look up from the RDLU. In this case, I will get the number 1. Let's see, like this. So we gonna calculate the next sequence. For the next sequence, it must be in like counterclockwise, and also from the previous sequence plus 1 step, and list them all in counterclockwise direction. The formula that I will use here is the mod. Previous sequence minus the sequence, and skip the row, put 4 in the column parameter, and mod divisor will be 4 and plus 1. This is not complete yet. I will show you the result of this formula first, and we need something to get it right. This is not right, like this. So you can see that this sequence is already in the counterclockwise sequence, like 1 4 3 2. But one more thing that I need is I want it to start at 2, not 1. So I need to add in the previous sequence minus sequence 1 2 3 4. I need to plus 1 here, 2, like this. Now this is what I want for the sequence. So just show, but I want these columns to show in the direction character. Since I already get the next sequence, I want to show the RDLU in this sequence, the next sequence. So I put index RDLU, comma, next sequence. Yes. And for the formula, we already have in row 10. We can just copy down like this from move number 2 to the last. Just double click. Okay. So the last step is to find which move that the mouse will reach the target cell. For the example 5, it is E8. I will use the X lookup formula, or X match is also okay. X lookup, the lookup value will be the targeting value, the targeting cell, which is in cell AC4, and the lookup array will be in column AD 10 to AD 109, and the return array will be the move column, which is the AB 10 to AB 109, and exact match and the search first to last. Yes, this is the answer for example 5. The next step is to create the data table in order to get the answers for all 30 questions. It is from 71 to 100. I will use like sequence 30 plus 70 here, and the function will be in the AL9 is equal to AC5. I will drag from AK9 to AL39. Go to the data menu, what if analysis data table, and in the column input cell I will set it to AC2, which is the cell of game number. Click OK, and if it shows 0, it means that this is not calculated. Just press F9, and this is the result. So to answer, I can do either copy this value and paste to the answer cells, or just use the equal model sheet, cell AL10 to AL39, like this. Yep, you can see that we get all the correct results here. Okay, we are done. For level 5, it is done now. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Thank you very much. Bye bye.